Hello there and welcome along to another video on a right nice pint, and a big thank you by the way to every single one of you that have been liking all the videos so far, have been subscribing to the channel, have been commenting on the videos as well, letting us know your thoughts on the various machines and also on the beers that we've been talking about on the channel so far as well. We've been a month into it, we've looked at the perfect draft, we've looked at the blade system. Today we are looking specifically at the Lindr Pygmy 25k dry cooler, which we have here with us. And just by the way, the 25k part of that means it will pour 50, I think it's 25 litres, so it's about 50 pints in an hour at a cold temperature. Okay, so this is it here. This is the exclusive version. So I don't know why it's so different when it's exclusive. I think it's just the look of the machine more so than anything, because there's another version of the 25k that's cheaper. So these come in, this particular one in Ireland is €680. Okay, that's what this one is, €680 for this. However, you can get this machine at a cheaper price, I think around about €500 for the other version of this. Now, you can get ones in the UK in around about £350 as well, for I think possibly the 20k model, which is 40 litres an hour. Hey, if it's just yourself or a couple of members of your family, I think you're alright with the 40 litres in an hour, to be fair. It's a great little unit. As you can see, it's very neatly set up here, and we have it set as a stout. A 4 stout is how we have it set here. So we have a different tap on this. This is the tap that actually came with it. So that's the tap that came with the machine. I have that changed and I've put a stout tap on this, which comes in at about €120 or in around that. I got this particular one from beertap.eu, who also specialise in Lindr systems. They are based, I think, in the Netherlands, if you want to check them out. There are also sites in Ireland like Brew Crew and the Bar Company that supply this, and also in the UK you've got Brewfit. I think there's another one called National Mobile Bars as well that also sell this machine in the UK, so you can check that out depending on where you are. But this is the Lindr 25k Pygmy, and Pygmy, by the way, I had to look this up. I didn't know what Pygmy meant, or what it was an abbreviation or what, but Pygmy is actually another word for something that's small. So there's actually animals that are called pygmies, and there's also plants that are called pygmies as well. So it's like a small version of something. So this is small. You can see it doesn't take up that much space. It's really neat, really tidy, fits in between kitchen units, which I think is a big plus, because not everyone has a bar in a shed at the back of their house. They just don't. Some people just want a machine like this to be able to dispense their favourite beers. Now, unlike the perfect draft and the blade system, this particular system connects up to bigger kegs and can actually connect up to pretty much any keg you can think of. So the poly kegs, key kegs, steeled kegs as well, steel kegs even as well. So your 30 litres, your 50 litre kegs, you know, this is the thing. This can connect up to anything. It actually has an air compressor built into this, so it can draw beer from a keg using just air. So you do not need gas for the likes of a lager or a cider or something like that. You don't need it. It will draw it from the keg itself and it will cool it. There's 7 settings on the back of this particular model for different temperatures. So depending on the drink that you are going to have, you know, like for example, stouts and ales would be at a warmer temperature than say maybe a lager or a cider. So you can, or if it's just your personal preference, maybe you like something cold, maybe you like stouts really cold. What you can do with that, you can just set it at the back of this. The machine itself doesn't make a whole lot of noise. It does make noise intermittently. Maybe every pour, just after every pour, it'll do that. It'll actually make a small bit of noise, but you know, it's fine. You don't need to have it turned on all the time, just when you're actually pouring a drink. So it's not like a kegerator, where the kegerator, if it's on all the time, it's going to be on all the time, the kegerator really. This doesn't need to be on all the time. So, you know, a poly keg that you can draw from air. You can draw using the air compression. Will last up to 6 weeks, I think. Steel kegs, I think 3 weeks, but not using the air. Sorry, excuse me. That's with gas. But if you wanted to use a steel keg with the air compression, like a lager, if you had, or you went down to your local brewery and got a steel, I don't think they'll give you, well, you can get a steel keg probably, depending on who they are, but if you got a steel keg, 2 days I think is what it'll last on the air compression. It'll start to turn a little bit, start to go bad after that. So it's ideal for like a family party or something. If you're having a few over, you're having a barbecue, you can set this up outside, connect your keg to it with just using the air compression. However, what I've got for you today is a little bit different. We're using the Nitro settings on this, which means I do have this connected up to a gas system. So I have it connected up to a gas cylinder, gas regulator, and I have a steel keg here. I actually have a keg of Brennans smooth pour for the demonstration on this, because so many people are looking to have stout at home. They want to have Guinness, they want to have Brennans, they want to have, I don't know, Murphy's, Beamish, Nine White Deer. They're looking for their own system to have stout at home. And if you were to come back with, you know, come home to your wife, for example, with the actual normal cooler and the tap that you have to clamp onto something and all of that, it just looks a bit messy in the kitchen. See, that's the air compression, that's the cooler kicking in there. So it just looks a bit messy. But with this, when you're using it, you take it out. When you aren't using it, this will comfortably fit into a cupboard. You can easily put this away, you know, when you're not using this. It's not a permanent system to have in the corner of the house or somewhere in the kitchen all the time. Of course it fits into the kitchen, but you don't need it there all the time. So, and that's what I love about this. This is why I wanted one, because I wanted to, if I'm using it, take it out. If I'm not using it, I put it away. It's as simple as that. You know, you can do that. So, let me just show you some of the way I have this set up. So I'm going to show you the back of the system. So, what we've got here. So you can see at the back. So there's actually, this is your temperature gauge here. 7 different settings on there. There's the air compression one there. That's the area if you want to use air, and you plug into this one. However, I'm using gas. I'm on this one here, and there's your beer line running into the gas regulator. So 75-25 for stout, and from there's your, the beer line running into your coupler, and then from the coupler into the gas regulator, also going into the coupler there. So we've got 75-25 mix for stout. Now I know that there, just for the video, it looks a little bit messy. However, what you could do, if you want, if you have a table or something, you can put the keg under it. You can also, if you have a permanent place for it, you could have a little cupboard, say in the corner, put your keg into the cupboard, and then have the machine sitting on top of that cupboard. And just draw bore a couple of holes, put the lines up through it, and it'd be nice and tidy then. You just put your cylinder and your steel keg in. Like this is what I love about the machine. That's sitting here at about 18 degrees, that keg. It's going into the back of the Lindr, and the Lindr is cooling it. You wouldn't know. You just wouldn't think it. Like, it's really, really impressive. So let's get a pour on this. So we've got the Brennans Smooth Pour from Brennans Brewery, who are based in Gorey, County Wexford. This is their new beer that they've launched in the last 12 months, which we reviewed in an earlier video. But let's have a little look at this. Well, here we go. We're going to do a 2-part pour on this, because I think it's just better for presentation, really, isn't it? So there it is. We're going to leave it to settle. So now let's do the rest of the pour on this. So you put it back, pushing it back. Okay, maybe a little bit more. There we go. So see, poured really well. It's really cold, as I feel that, because I actually have that on quite a cold setting. But I'd love to have I wish I had a digital thermometer so you can just see what kind of temperature this has come out at. But it is freezing. And there we go. After you use it, it usually kicks in, depending on the setting you've got on there. I think the colder you have it set, the more often that will come on. So that's the Brennans Smooth Pour Stout. It's settling away there. It's really cold. It looks really creamy. The great thing about this machine, by the way, is you're not tied down to any brand. You know, if you've the blade or you've got the perfect draft, you are tied to certain brands that are available on the machine. This, you can pick up anything for this machine. Like go down to your local brewery, I'm sure they have a keg that you can connect it up to. So you just get the right coupler, get the right coupler, and make sure you have the right gas, and away you go. Or you can just pick up, if you can pick up a poly keg, or if you want to use the airline, you can use the airline as well on that. It's really easy to set up. There's the temperature adjustments, there's flow adjustments as well. I think I got my gas, maybe I'm still messing around with gas and stuff like that to try and get this right. I think the head is probably a little bit high on that right now, but look it's trial and error. That's what it is. It's trial and error. So yeah, that's the Lindr. That's the Lindr 25k Pygmy. Would I recommend it? Yeah, sure. Oh, by the way, it's extremely portable, as you may have noticed. So easy to lift this up and bring it anywhere. If your friend is having a barbecue or family's having a barbecue, you can bring it over to the barbecue very easily. Set it up how it's... Sorry, I sneezed there. What was I saying? So yeah, it's extremely portable. You can just pick this up, bring it over to your friends or your family and have a barbecue or whatever. Set it up outside and have a little keg under it, and away you go. It's really, really, it's a really good system. Of course, when you do tap a keg, like, you can get different size kegs all over the country. But when you tap it, you're a little bit, you're committed. You know, you're not getting a 6 litre keg or an 8 litre keg. You're getting probably, I don't know. I think the smallest ones you can get are like 10 litre. You also connect. By the way, you can connect up prosecco and wine to this. Wouldn't that be amazing? That's something I'm gonna have to try down the line. But I think it is an investment. You are looking at about €400 minimum when you're looking at buying these machines. Like it says, £350 in the UK from a site I think is the cheapest one that they've got. But you're looking at a minimum of €400 for a version of this machine. By the way, I'm just gonna lift this up to you. So there's our Brennans Smooth Pour, a beautiful pint. Just to give you a right look. The head's a little bit high. That's down to the settings on the gas. That's my fault, not the machine's fault whatsoever. But yeah, like that's really, really cold. And tastes fantastic. Look how creamy that is coming out of that. Really, really good. So, what else can I say? The machine itself, yeah, it's a bit of an investment. It costs more than the blade and the perfect draft, really. But you're not committed to any particular brand. It's very versatile. You can put anything through this. It's a really impressive machine. So that's all I can say. Go check it out. Just give it a quick Google. You'll find your nearest supplier, depending where you are in the world. You'll find it online. And I hope this video has helped you in making a decision on this machine. Give the video a like, subscribe to the channel for more videos on beer and beer dispensers, and if you have this machine or if you have any other questions on the machine, leave a comment and I'll get right back to you. Thanks for watching.